The Sub 148 Club is an interesting and exclusive collection of the sport's fastest performers of all time. Each pacer created their very own dramatic moment when they stopped the teletimer with an eye-popping number. 8 pacers became new members of the Sub 148 Club in 2013. Laura Weenidy, Pet Rock, She Be Stingin', one of only 2 females on the list, Captain Treacherous, A Rock and Roll Dance, Cam Ace Fellow, Fred and Ginger, and Sunshine Beach. A Rock and Roll Dance became the first to reel off an astounding 3 Sub 148 wins in a single season, and all 3 came in succession: 147-4, 147-3, and then 147-2 in the Canadian Pacing Derby, all with Tim Tetrick in the sulky. With 12 Sub 148 miles in 2013, there have now been 55 in history, and of the 43 members of the club, 12 have done it twice. Captain Treacherous, Thinking Out Loud, Hurricane King Cole, Bolt the Door, Pet Rock, Some Beach Somewhere, We Will See, Artificial, Won the West, Liz Mera, Holborn Hanover, and Real Joke. Captain Treacherous and Some Beach Somewhere are the only 2 to post both Sub 148 miles as 3-year-olds. The captain also lost by a nose to Sunshine Beach in a world record of 147-4 in the Battle of Brandywine, the fastest mile of Brian Sears' illustrious career. There are only 2 time trials on the list, and Cam Best continues to rank number 1 for his 146-1 at Springfield, Illinois. It's also the oldest Sub 148 mile, coming back in 1993 off fractions of 26-1, 51-4, and 119 with Hall of Famer William O'Donnell. Jeremy's Jet reeled off a 147 time trial in the fall of 2007 at the Red Mile, and remains the fastest mile John Campbell has ever driven. Campbell clocked his fastest race mile in 2013 in a 147-2 upset with Thinking Out Loud in the U.S. Pacing Championship. Jim Morrill Jr. guided 2 in the top 6. Holborn Hanover, the longest shot in Meadowlands pace history, who came back at age 4 to win the U.S. Pacing Championship in an all-time race record of 146-4. Then Morrill drove Won the West to the fastest Breeders' Crown Mile ever at 147 in 2009. Morrill also put a mark of 147-4 on Shady Shark Hanover in the 2011 Oliver Wendell Home. Dave Miller added a pair of 147 miles to his resume in 2013 with Pet Rock and She Be Stingin', who became the fastest female in history at age 3. Pet Rock also set a 5/8 mile world record of 147-2 at Scioto Downs with Dan Noble driving. Hall of Famer Ron Pierce leads the way with 8 Sub 148 miles. Pierce added Fred and Ginger to the list in 2013 with a world record of 147-3 at the Big M. We Will See's pair of 147-2 and 147-4 in 2011 with Pierce came in his $1.2 million 4-year-old season. Some Beach Somewhere's 146-4 race mile in Lexington came just a week before a 147-4 Tattersalls blowout, and a few months after his gallant defeat at the hands of Artificial in a 147 world record Meadowlands pace in 2008, one of the greatest races of all time. Hypnotic Blue Chip paced the fastest mile of 2011, 147-2 in the U.S. Pacing Championship, one of 2 147-2 trips in Jody Jamison's career, and one of 31 Sub 148 miles recorded at the Meadowlands. Jamison also guided Laura Weenidy to an all-time race record equaling 146-4 in 2013. Jamison's other 147-2 sparkler came with the oldest member of this crew, the 9-year-old Primetime Bobcat at Woodbine back in 2006. And who can forget how Jamison stick-handled his way to a world record of 147-3 with Put on a Show in 2012. In some instances, racing luck played a role, and a magic mile was set up by hot fractions. Hurricane King Cole scorched a record 118 2/3, and the lightly raced Panther Hanover with Sylvain Filion pounced in 147-2 to win the 2012 New Jersey Classic in only his 10th career start. Hurricane King Cole also romped in a pace consolation in 147-3 in Radionic Gingras, and came back to equal that 147-3 clocking in 2013 with Corey Callahan. Filion added Cam Ace Fellow to the list last year with a 147-3 mile at Mohawk. On the other side of the coin, Well Said and Ron Pierce simply dominated 2009 Meadowlands pace in a 147-3 blowout. Rock and Roll Heaven did the same in his 2010 pace elimination in 147-3, yet had to settle for second to one more lap in a 147-4 pace final. The Sub 148 Club not only stands out as a collection of fleet-footed pacers and some great champions, but this special group represents a legacy of the constant quest for speed and a memory book of heart-pounding moments. They are the Fast and the Furious.